Ciao a tutti ragazzi, bentornati in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Riprendiamo la trama di Blood and Wine e per prima cosa incontriamo la duchessa al posto di guardia. Prima destinazione, porto di Beauclair. Allora, andiamo da questa parte. Per il momento non prendo decotti perché non servono, ci serviranno più tardi. Eccoci arrivati.
Her Grace awaits inside.
Here at last. We lack only Damien now. I'm worried something might have happened to him.
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Non posso dargli torto.
Sooner or later everyone slips up. Cintrian stole the Sangreal. That was his mistake.
Sempre che ci sia lui dietro a tutto.
Happened on the wine stain.
You're right, we got lucky. Even so, still can't be sure he's behind the kidnapping, the blackmail.
Infatti.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Infatti chi c'è dietro potrebbe essere qualcuno di molto importante. Chi può dirlo?
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life.
Grandioso.
And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Don't care. Down to business. You learn anything?
I will start at the beginning. The port warehouse where the wine was delivered. We identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
Cecilia? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted. Fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
The Mandragora? What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique, consciously I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
Esatto.
You read my mind, Witcher.
E indovinate che ci toccherà fare?
Surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze
La cosa che Geralt detesta di più.
If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, your grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
Chi la capisce è bravo. Allora, qui abbiamo finito. Per prima cosa dobbiamo procurarci degli abiti adatti. Anche se tra un attimo dovremo batterci per via della taglia che hanno messo sulla nostra testa. Eccoli là. Non uso i decotti per 4 imbecilli.
Any last words?
Ma dov'è l'arciere? Grazie mille.
Didn't look like locals. Right. I'm a hunter.
Contratto per Witcher. Ah, grandioso. Ok, allora vediamo giusto un attimo. Ah, ecco, dobbiamo andare qui a prendere i vestiti, perciò Piazza Grande. Allora, raggiungiamo il negozio di vestiti.
Your reputation precedes you, Geralt.
Sembra che sia ancora aperto a mezzanotte passata. Direi proprio di sì.
Ah, welcome back to our northern dandy.
L'avevo detto che qui saremmo
All
tornati.
jest aside, let me see what you got in your wardrobe.
I'm more than willing, sir.
Allora, vediamo. Sì, prendiamo questo. Questo e i pantaloni. Ok, la maschera non serve perché la otterremo poi. Siamo a posto.
Thanks. Think that's all I need for now.
Ever your servant, sir.
Ci cambiamo subito. Togliamo anche le armi. E i guanti. Ok. Sì, niente male. Non mi dispiace come abito. Decisamente meglio degli altri due, su questo non ci piove.
Nice tune.
Reginald Aubrey has returned, not to be missed by your king.
Ecco, dovrebbe essere qui.
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Più tardi addirittura. Ah, però!
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but... Just one other detail. Here, put it on.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Combacia perfettamente col vestito.
Any idea why they wear masks?
Likely because they imagine it oh so very romantic and mysterious. The truth is far simpler. This way, no one can tell which drunken aristocrats are pinching the performers.
Ah! Interessante.
Let's go. Soiree's started.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain. How do we find the Cintriano? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. As soon as we find her, we
Giusto,
find
tanto
him.
vale cercare lei.
Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
Ovvero?
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Bellont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
Shame. You would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusions, come to us from far off Afir.
Visual
Interessante.
illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Bellont.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
L'orchidea del Kovir.
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Ah, dettaglio interessante.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
Ah, abbiamo già capito che di Dandelion non c'è
Resta
tanto da fidarsi da questo
esperienza
punto di vista.
They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Con Oriana
Got
poi
her.
ci avremo a che fare.
Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Koviri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintriano.
Allora, adesso come al matrimonio in Hearts of Stone avremo l'opportunità di fare un po' di attività. Proprio roba semplice, niente di che. Diamo un'occhiata. Ad esempio, qui c'è una specie di giochino dove dobbiamo lanciare delle sfere di colore sulla tela, ma proprio un po' come le bombe, vedete? Noi lanciamo a casaccio. Tanto non cambia niente. Andiamo con il viola. Abbiamo quelle gialle. Oh, non si abbina bene con il viola e blu, mi sa. Adesso cosa abbiamo? Il verde. Mettiamola qua.
Yes.
E ci mancano quelle rosse. Ok, molto meglio. Una qui. Uno qui. E una qua in mezzo.
Voila! Fine. Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism.
La battaglia tra il bene e il male.
Between good and evil and defiance.
Oh yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of man.
Allora, qui cosa abbiamo? Da bere. Assenzio.
Careful.
È bello forte.
Powerful punch.
Ecco appunto. Ah, sì, si nota. Vediamo un po' chi abbiamo qui.
You're bored as you've made no effort to understand. It's a metaphor of the constant struggle for power and influence.
Sai, dobbiamo fare qua partire.
What else would they feel? If they can't agree, they will cut the line. And you...
Ah, forse dobbiamo solo guardare qui, vediamo.
Come, let's look in the alcoves.
Se voglio proprio vedere quanto resistono. Ah, vabbè. Allora, qui c'è... Ah, qui c'è del cibo. E noi gli freghiamo tutto.
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Ah, ecco Calesti.
We'll see.
Allora, lì è dove dobbiamo andare, ma prima terminiamo le attività.
Fine. Let's give it a try.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
Ah sì, queste qua dovrebbero portare fortuna.
Ah, how beautiful. Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck. The dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Abbiamo ancora qualcosa da fare. Ah, c'è ancora questo qui che... Ah, ecco, bisogna tirare. Ecco cosa bisognava fare. Abbiamo fatto tutte le attività, allora dobbiamo cercare quest'orchidea. Se non ricordo male è da questa parte. Qui dentro forse? Sì, è qui.
Do not disturb. Shoo, shoo.
Spettacolino vietato ai minori.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Kaviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Bel ritratto.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard of me?
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused.
Chissà
my
perché.
terms.
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend Her Illustrious Highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
L'hai capita la duchessa?
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Cintrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Cintrian noble. Ah! You must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment.
Una scatola a forma di cuore.
Excuse
Ok.
me, madame, monsieur. I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
Allora andiamo nella zona buffet. Adesso qua dovrebbe esserci la scatola con il profumo da seguire. Qui c'è un
Someone
liuto.
left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched.
Prima svuotiamo i tavoli già che ci siamo. Cibo raffinato anche. Guarda qua. Piante. Ah, qui c'è qualcosa.
Bit of fist tech. Artist's way of numbing their
Ah,
existential
una
pain.
bella sbornia.
Not even wish to comment.
Ah, qui ci sono dei quadri. La lettera.
Love letter penned on a napkin. Look,
Mentre la scatola è qui.
Oh, my amour, my sunbeam flitting across the firmament of my life.
empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. a gift
Allora
from
ci
the
sarà
Cintriano.
nell'aria,
Scent still
infatti.
hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Seguiamo la scia.
True talent paints like the great.
My regards.
I shall go. Or perhaps I won't.
But what if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely.
La guardia del corpo non ci causerà problemi.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh, not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered,
È lui.
a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Ok.
Quickly,
Prima
upstairs.
diamo un'occhiata se qui c'è qualcosa. Sembra di no. A parte sto profumo che si sente ancora. Oh oh.
That must be Cecilia.
Altro che attrazione.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Sempre che sia stato lui.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
D'accordo. Chiunque sia stato è un verme comunque. Diamo un'occhiata in giro.
Killed her, then went out on the balcony.
Cosa c'è qui?
Bloody handprint. It's his. Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever.
Non è andato di qua, allora
Must have climbed this ladder.
è passato su di qua. Dai, fatti vedere.
Could still be here. Need to stay alert.
Trolliamo in giro.
Bloodstains. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably.
Gioiello di
Precious
valore.
stone. Bloody
Ok.
fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle.
Questo mi sa che
Looks
ci
valuable,
mancava.
but it's not what he came for.
Da questo si può intuire che cercava un oggetto specifico.
Sconce is bent. Smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it?
Allora, vediamo se c'è qualcosa anche qua.
Hunting knife. Richly ornamented.
Coltello
Used during the fight,
decorato.
probably.
Qui sul
Canvas is
quadro.
cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like.
Qui c'è stata una lotta, sicuramente. Diamo un'occhiata
Blood
qui.
on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Jewel was in the box, it seems. Cintriano tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them.
La domanda è chi dei
Jewel's
due.
still here, though, so our Cintriano must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Cintrians killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail.
Va bene. Ma tanto il bello deve ancora arrivare.
I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He...
Fell out of the window.
Just so.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I
ce
assure
ne
you.
siamo resi
A hairpin
conto.
might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Oh, sta tizia sa il fatto suo.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes, he stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess.
Ma noi
Picked it
aspettiamo
up while
ospiti.
searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Una giovane donna, ma che strano.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes, he stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After...
Ah sì,
Why, that's the...
questa l'abbiamo già
bought it.
detto, ok.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my
Esatto.
family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Cintriano must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
Che sia questa giovane donna.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Forse.
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense
chissà
anxiety,
perché.
discomfort.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Sangreal
ma il
and
cerchio
sought
si
to steal the
stringe.
heart of Toussaint.
Il Sangreale, il cuore di
The
Toussaint.
jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried
Deve
about
essere
one
qualcuno
thing,
che ha a che fare
that
con
somewhere at the end of this
Henrietta.
scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
È possibile.
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana, might be among
Già.
the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was cursed.
Maledetta.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Ho
Could
dei
be the
dubbi.
case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
Infatti.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft, was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my
Quindi
toys,
che ci sia dietro Siana.
I was certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift, at a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl. Someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Duntine, and if Siana is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape or form. You must make sure of that.
Vabbè, diciamogli
I'll
di
find
sì.
her if she's there.
I hope you do. I very much wish to talk to her. Sister to sister.
Un momento.
Your Grace,
Prima gli ospiti.
I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise!
Regis?
I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend,
Detlaff.
Detlaff van der Eritain, an arrival from Nazaire. We are lending our
Interessante.
combined resources to the witch's hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a
Cioè,
surprise
ritrovarsi davanti il mostro di
so I
Beauclair.
invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally. Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Sì.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master
Sì.
Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only 2 options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. Well, what might a monster wish to apologize to a witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Vero.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
Se è
Possible,
possibile.
yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the witcher trait for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
Credo proprio che dobbiamo fare due chiacchiere.
An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detlaff here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you are gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detlaff believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore.
Questo cambia tutto.
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
Oriana, she really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in... I can't begin to tell you in how long. But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
Oh sì, altro che.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Mm-hmm. Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract...
Ma che strana situazione.
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detlaff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got away with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detlaff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detlaff. Good luck, my friend.
Splendidly, Detlaff. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to two exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish the second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out? You have exceptional friends. This Detlaff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Oh sì, più di quanto pensi.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
So what's his?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix's mill.
I know the place.
Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
D'accordo. Prossima destinazione Duntine allora. Allora. Prima di tutto cambiamo i vestiti perché Tra un po' bisognerà combattere. Così va molto meglio. Allora.
Tony messing everything up.
Quanti punti esperienza? Altri 1200. Qua sono generosi. Allora, vediamo. Il mulino è qui. Ok. Raggiungiamo Damian che ci aspetta e procediamo.
Geralt, good you're here. Ready to attack Duntine?
Ovviamente sì.
See you already prepared a plan. Walk me through it.
We have two objectives. To find Her Illustrious Highness's sister and capture the man who blackmailed the vampire. Duntine is a modest complex. Several old buildings, a high wall around them. At the center of the enclosure stands an imposing keep, restored not long past by the elderly knight of the castle.
Oh, un bel casino, non c'è che dire.
We mean to strike here, through the main gate, then secure the area in front of the keep by storm.
How many men defend Duntine, you know?
Roderick maintains a team of knights for defense. They are no army, but they could number several dozen. Also, Roderick recently took in a band of foreign mercenaries. About them we know very little.
Cintrian's men, gotta be. Ran into a few in town. They tried to kill me. Need to hit them from both sides. You draw the defenders, keep them busy. I'll sneak in the back way, find the women, make sure they come to no harm. I'll vault over the wall as soon as you start your assault.
Your plan puts you at great risk, but I sense you will handle it well. Let us go.
E allora procediamo.
So it begins.
E allora facciamoci sotto.
We grab Roderick's horses and we bolt.
Senza fretta.
Not so fast. Little change of plans.
Allora, subito i decotti prima di tutto, perché qua dovremo affrontare un bel po' di guardie. Oh, classico che c'è un arciere. Ok, questi sono a posto.
Damn it.
Però sei resistente, eh? Vediamo così. Ok, qua non raccogliamo niente perché mi ricordo che questi hanno solo cianfrusaglie. Ah, scusate, vado un po' di fretta, sapete? Ok.
Hurry with those crates, but be careful if you drop any.
Oh, senza fretta, ragazzi. Prima quelli con la balestra. Ah, mi hai preso di sorpresa tu, eh? Schivare gli attacchi diventa impossibile quando stai per terminare i segni perché ti rendono invulnerabile. Idem con gli attacchi speciali.
Kept the wrong damn company. Cintrian's men, where are they?
I knew. Shouldn't have let them under my roof.
Where's the hostage?
Dove sono le donne?
What do you mean? I know nothing about a hostage. Must be the handiwork of my guests.
Where are they now?
In the keep, ready in their escape.
There's someone with them? Woman named Sienna?
Of course. She convinced me to let them in.
And a whole pile of trouble along with them. Where is she?
Packing. We were to leave
Ma
together.
che strano.
Old fool. I'd have done anything for her.
Where is she? In the keep too?
Yes. Her chamber is
La sua
in the
stanza?
tower, the top floor.
Bizzarro, perché dovrebbe essere un ostaggio, no?
Of me?
Ma sì, dai, facciamo i bravi per una volta. Tanto qui non è che cambia granché.
Here, press it against the wound. Should staunch the bleeding.
I thank you.
Andiamo a prendere quelli del Cintriano.
What is happening? There's one. Kill the shit like
Ciao, bestione. Sto qua usa uno spadone, stateci attenti. Tu che vuoi, colosso? D'accordo, facciamo pure a modo tuo. Perfetto. Ecco fatto, 4 simpatici balestrieri in una volta.
Giving you one last chance. Yield.
Harlot got us into this. Kill him! Attack!
Mi pare che si stia alzando la nebbia, che strano. Detlaff, Regis, benvenuti alla festa.
Need to get into the keep.
They shall pay for everything.
Facciamoci sotto. Adesso qua ci danno una mano loro. Cioè loro li fanno fuori con un colpo. Ehi ragazzi, lasciatemene qualcuno, Ah, così va molto meglio. Oh, non vi bastano? Ne volete ancora? Non ho capito chi è stato a colpirmi, ma il gioco ha rallentato un attimo. Succede quando si bruciano troppi nemici conigni.
Where is Rena?
Expect to answer a lot of questions inside.
Let us go then.
Non ti conviene.
Rena. Are you hurt? If any of them.
Ma che strano, non dovevano essercene due di donne.
I just waited for you to come.
I didn't know where to look. They threatened to kill you. Forgive me. I failed you.
Now we need only find Anna Henrietta's sister. Where should we look?
L'abbiamo già trovata.
Ran into Roderick, Duntine's lord. Told me where I'd find Sienna.
Then speak and let's grab her. Time is short.
Said she was in a room in the tower. Very one we're in right now. Which, incidentally, looks nothing like a prison cell. And just so happens there's a carafe full of wine here. Bet it's stolen Sangreal.
What's your point?
Diglielo tu.
Giving you one chance to tell us everything yourself.
I've nothing to tell.
Ah no?
Witcher, what is
Allora lo
this?
facciamo noi.
Sorry, Detlaff. You've been had.
My friend, please. You must listen to what Geralt has to say.
Rena's not her real name. This is Sienna. And Sienna is sister to Anna Henrietta, the Duchess of Toussaint.
What nonsense is this?
Sienna was banished as a child, but it seems she trekked back here recently. Moved into Duntine and ran a Vandergild out of here. Sent a man called the Cintriano to Beauclair to steal some wine for her. Wine reserved for the ducal family. Cintriano led us to her. Caught him later stealing a jewel Sienna had gotten from her father as a child. Sorry, Detlaff. She used you. Part of her plan.
Hai combinato un bel casino. Mai manipolare un vampiro superiore in grado di fare stragi, poi.
And explain all. If you do not, I will raise Beauclair to the ground. This I promise you. You've 3 days. I shall be waiting.
He just fly off?
He did not wish to act rashly. He's gone to soothe his nerves.
Think he'll do it? Make good on his threat?
I cannot say. He can be unpredictable when fury consumes him.
I shall go to him.
Come again? After what he just...
You don't know Detlaff like I do. If I don't do as he says, he truly will destroy the city. He's more than capable of it.
Seems you've got some last scraps of honor left.
It's the least I can do.
Well, It truly does seem the best option.
Your Grace.
Già, a meno che non arrivi l'unica che può complicare le cose.
They could still be about.
Vampires or no vampires, my sister is here. Find her.
Your Grace, that...
Sienna! It's true! It's you! Sister, dear, what have you gotten yourself into? So concerned, I'm surprised. Is there an ounce of truth to it?
You feel resentment. I understand. But I promise we shall work through all the unfortunate matters
Easy.
of the past.
Cioè, facile.
We will discuss them later. Captain, escort Sienna to the palace. I shall meet with her as soon as we return.
As you wish, Your Grace.
And you, Witcher. You have my thanks. I cannot believe my sister was so near the whole time.
Ma le cose non sono così semplici.
Roderick of Duntine shall answer for treason and blackmail.
Oh, Roderick non ne sa niente.
Used, just like the vampire.
Apropos, were you able to establish who kidnapped his beloved?
We've discovered Sienna blackmailed the vampire. Ordered him to kill those men.
What? What nonsense is this?
She is his missing lover. Staged her own abduction to force him to do her bidding.
He was a tool. Whole scheme was Sienna's. She was behind it.
You're mistaken. You must be. This cannot be true.
Your Grace, I know this vampire and...
What? You know him? Who is he?
È quello con cui parlavi prima.
Detlaff.
Same who so recently sat at my table and told me of Nazaire.
Lui.
Is there anything else you've neglected to mention? A dragon living beneath Mount Gorgon, perhaps? Is anyone else here a vampire? Where is he now?
Waiting for Sienna. If she doesn't show up to meet him by an appointed time, he'll destroy Beauclair.
He dares threaten us?
Your Grace, we have 3 days to bring him Sienna and...
Not a word. You have 3 days to bring me his head. No more secrets. No more helping vampires. I want what I'm paying for. The head of the beast.
Reazione prevedibile, anche se stupida direi. $53, buono.
Do you think Her Grace's nerves have been calmed?
It rarely forgets, rarely retracts what she says, especially when threats.
Yes, well, even I must admit Detlaff's actions were highly inappropriate. Reprehensible, even.
Io non la penso così. Preso in giro dalla sua amata, chiunque si avrebbe reagito come lui.
Why would I be?
Let's see. You're returning from your hunt empty-handed. No trophy. No new lead to boast of, then pursue.
What can I say? It happens at times. Especially likely to when the monster I'm chasing can turn into fog.
How do your employers customarily react when you fail to meet their expectations?
It depends. Peasants cuss me out. Merchants demand I refund their deposit, whereas nobles mostly just release their hounds.
And rulers?
Usually threaten me with the gallows.
Her most illustrious grace awaits the gentleman.
Your Grace, the population demands she be punished. Sienna's committed terrible crimes. Spilt so much blood. They
Another word, Palmerin, and I shall spill even more.
Sono tutti contro Sianna, solo lei vuole giocare a fare la cieca.
I repeat for the last time. Sianna is responsible for the death of many, true. But she is also my sister. We are bound by blood and by a shared childhood. I shall not allow her to be lynched.
Your Grace, I fear the masses might rise. Storm the prison, pitchforks and torches in hand.
Let them storm. They will not find her there. Sianna is hidden away in a safe place. She shall await trial there until we have rid ourselves of this accursed vampire. Which, to judge by your means, has not yet come to pass.
Did what we could, but...
My patience is at an end, Geralt. Where is he? Where is Detlaff?
We're working to find that out, Your Grace.
Do you take me for a fool?
Beh, lo sei.
Dare.
I care not one whit what you have worked on, are working on, or shall work on. I'm interested in results, which thus far have been nil. At times, I hunt foxes. Do you know how it works? The ducal huntsman releases the hounds. They catch the fox's scent, chase the animal down, and lead the BaW to it. All within an hour. You, Witcher, have had a week. The aid of my most excellent knights. Yet, you have tracked absolutely nothing down. I've begun to suspect my beagles might have done a better job.
Ah, vuole fare la spiritosa.
Allow me to point out certain subtle but essential differences between a higher vampire and a fox, or game in general.
Non abbiamo peli sulla lingua neanche con i sovrani. Non ti conviene, Palmerin, non sarà il prossimo a versare sangue.
Like the ones between a pathetic quip and a treasonous offense? Watch your words, Witcher. But to the matter at hand. Have you managed to establish anything?
Your Grace, it seems Sianna tricked Detlaff, used him to murder the knights who escorted her into exile. We have reason to believe that...
Vedi che succede a fare la sovrana ostinata?
Your Grace! Vampires!
What?
I vampiri hanno attaccato Beauclair.
Vampires! They protect the city! Captain de la Tour defends the square near the boat landing, but so many lives lost.
Tanti morti per una sorella assassina. Anche se poi in realtà le cose stanno in modo molto diverso. Ma andiamo con ordine.
If it's war, this Detlaff's. It's war he shall have. Geralt, get to work. This time I'll hear no excuses. Palmerin, you...
Si comincia.
Get her out of here.
Allora, prendiamo subito i decotti che abbiamo meditato. Allora, già che ci siamo, mettiamo anche il trofeo per l'aumento di esperienza dei mostri, visto che con gli umani per ora abbiamo finito. Si è spostata veloce, neanche me ne ero accorto. Allora, subito Quen, che ha già provveduto a distruggerci, vedo. Dov'è la polvere lunare? Che l'ho presa? Dov'è? No, mi sa di no. Adesso, molto bene. Meno male che ci sono loro che me la distraggono. Dai, vieni qua. Ecco fatto. Un taglietto netto e non se ne parla più. Oh, ho raccolto tutto, perfetto.
Siana failed to appear as summoned. And there. Detlaff was not making idle threats.
Seems not.
Mai pensato che
Need to make some
scherzasse.
serious plans of our own now. It's gone too far, damn it. Regis, you mentioned there was a way to draw Detlaff out. A way you've avoided resorting to so far because you thought it was too dangerous.
Is that how I put it? Do forgive me that I've misled you terribly. The word dangerous is simply a scandalous understatement in this
Concordo in pieno.
Regis, another inner monologue growing out of a personal dilemma. Just tell me how to flush Detlaff out. Force him to meet, please.
In due course. But first, Geralt, I'd like you to consider the alternative. After all, you could fulfill Detlaff's demand and liberate his beloved Siana.
Think Detlaff still believes Siana's innocent?
I believe he suspects something. He must. And he seeks to understand what happened.
And for that he's declared war on the entire duchy?
What can I say? Moderation was never his strong suit.
Really want to free Siana? Hand her over to Detlaff? Refuse to accept you consider that wise.
It's hard to believe, I know. But Detlaff is not actually evil, merely impulsive. He needs but meet with her, speak with her, and he will spare the city.
So say I agree to this, 'cause I might. Still no chance Anna Henrietta will.
E questo è il problema.
Suggesting we ask her permission.
Got serious reservations about this plan. Not least among them, we have no idea where Siana's being held. You heard the Duchess. She's not at the prison.
Hardly a reservation. More of an excuse. I'm certain you'll find her. You must merely decide you wish to.
Vero.
Could ask Damien. Duchess treats him like a lapdog. Keeps him close most times. He might know something more.
There, you see? I knew you'd think of something. Bravo.
The meeting. What if it's nothing like you say? What if it goes sour, ends in a fight? Willing to guarantee Siana won't get hurt?
It seems unlikely in the extreme that...
Didn't ask for a lecture on probability. Need a simple answer. Yes or no.
I vow that not a hair on her head shall come to any harm.
I trust I've dispelled your doubts, then.
Not so fast. We're not done talking.
Prima l'alternativa.
How would I go about luring Detlaff out of hiding if I wanted to? With the blood of a virgin?
You see, somewhere nearby lives an unusual
Ecco qui
denizen,
gli invisibili.
one of the unseen, ancient and powerful vampires, among the oldest and strongest.
And?
Toussaint is this unseen elder's territory. All vampires owe him fealty while they are here. He need but say the word, designate a time and place, and Detlaff will be forced to appear.
So this unseen elder, how do we convince him to summon Detlaff?
Sta qui il problema.
First, the elder does not see arrivals unless he absolutely must. But locals, Oriana, for instance, you know, she too is a...
Yeah,
Cosa? Una vampira? Beh,
Alright,
immagino
let's
che
say
l'avevate
she
già
gets wind
capito
to
che
see
Oriana era una
elder.
vampira.
What then?
Si capiva
I don't know.
benissimo.
You'll have to improvise, I suppose.
Come avrebbe fatto a eliminare il Cintriano da sola?
So I'm basically stuck. Either gotta give in to a blackmailer, or fight him.
You know what I would opt for? Should we free Siana and arrange for her to meet with Detlaff, there's a good chance we'll all survive this ordeal. Detlaff included.
Regis, don't mean to put you on the spot, but I gotta know. Say I do decide to fight Detlaff. Who'll you stand with?
Should you decide your sword is the sole solution, I shall not stand in your way.
Appreciate it.
Certainly hope so. Now, please tell me, what is it you intend to do?
Allora, qui adesso dobbiamo fare una scelta importante che poi comunque si può anche modificare andando avanti. Perché da quello che decideremo di fare sbloccheremo uno dei possibili finali di Blood and Wine. Andando a cercare Sianna ne sbloccheremo 2 possibili, tra cui il migliore. Mentre andando a cercare l'invisibile sbloccheremo il terzo. Però io in questo caso scelgo di cercare l'invisibile, perché se facciamo gli altri 2 dobbiamo fare per 2 volte lo stesso percorso e la trovo una cosa un po' insensata. Quindi in questa run farò quello dell'invisibile. Nel New Game Plus farò il finale migliore andando a cercare Sianna.
Especially not on some kind of peculiar therapy for bizarre couples.
I see. Alas, you know what to do. You must see Oriana, ask her to introduce you to the unseen elder. She might agree.
What'll you do?
Now? Whatever I can to limit the number of human victims to a minimum. Should you learn where the elder dwells, do whisper a word to the ravens. I'll come and help.
Even though that could mean you'll fight Detlaff?
Even though. Good luck, Geralt.
Ok, direi che questo episodio lo possiamo terminare qui. Nel prossimo andremo a cercare Oriana per scoprire dove si trova questo invisibile. A presto amici, ci vediamo!